Excited to introduce Brenden Rawson, who I'd like to think he's developed, and I've gotten to see firsthand, he's built his own AI layer, both in the agency and as a service. So, and when we talk about that evolution of services, I've watched him stay ahead of the curve there. So really excited for you guys to hear him present today. So give it up to Brenden.
Thanks, Tiara. All right, clicker. So mine's going to be a little bit more chaotic. I'm going to try and stay true to the lightning talk topic, talking about leveraging AI to scale. This is going to work. There we go. So yeah, Brenden Rawson, co-founder of Andzen. We are a retention agency, a CRM agency, a customer journey agency, a lifecycle marketing agency, whatever you want to call it. We've been doing this for a long time. So we now have a team in 10 countries, 12 time zones, and we're operating officially in 3 regions. APAC, of course, this one, America, which we've been in for a few years, and EMEA, starting in January this year. We've got a couple of recognitions over the year, a few Agency of the Year, a couple of council seats. We're very honored for that. We've got a couple of clients. Hopefully you recognize some of these brands. They're pretty good. We've enjoyed working with them. As Mac was saying, everybody has access to AI in this room. So what? If it's all the same tools and we all have access to the same LLMs, the tools aren't really the moat. So what is? And I guess I should probably just say, at the end of the day, this is just my opinion. This is just what we're building. I think everybody's going to go their own route and use their own tools and build their own software. This is just my opinion. From tier 1, you got ChatGPT, Claude, Copilots, all of the other LLMs. That's sort of tier 1. Tier 2, again, as we see it, platform AI. Of course, Klaviyo AI and Shopify AI, Meta, everything else. And then where we see us sitting, tier 3, is building our own layers on top of that. Building in our own proprietary IP, building that on top of LLMs and on top of platform AIs. And that's kind of where I'm going to head to on this talk. So if AI is the engine, IP is the fuel. Same engine, different fuel, different outcomes. Same engine with no fuel, AI slop. So with our proprietary IP, every agency's AI is the same, generic output content, and that's what I think we have to be very careful of. As Will mentioned, you can see that on LinkedIn already. We put the same prompts in, we get the same generic output, the clients are going to see it, everything's going to start looking the same. So IP is not prompts, it's not integrations, it's not we use Klaviyo really well. It's not your brand voice document. And as much as we like to think, it's certainly not vibes. What IP is decisions times repetition times time. And for Andzen, that's thousands of audits, thousands of quotes, thousands of production handovers, and thousands of retros. All of those are encoded into our systems. So for us, 10 years of audits, 10 years of pricing, 10 years of production, all of that becomes the substrate of what we're building on. None of it is generic, and none of it is rented. So the first product that we've been using internally for a little while now is Auditron. This is our auditing tool. We historically have always done audits. It's how we win business. It is a complex, time-consuming process, but it works. Our conversion rates are great. We're able to win deals, and we're able to solution sell. And we've been doing this for years. We have built up hundreds, and if not thousands, of different audits. But now, with multiple regions, we need to move faster. It's not enough to just hire more strategists. Salaries are going up, cost of living is going up. Price expectations are being driven down by AI, so we need to be able to scale. So Auditron does that. We can do it in multiple languages, English, German, French, Spanish. multiple platforms, Klaviyo, Shopify, and a bunch of different European platforms as we're trying to migrate them to Klaviyo. And the way that this works is, of course, it's built on Anthropic, it's built on Claude, but it's using all of our historic data, 10 years of audits, all of those problem-solution pairs. What do we find is the issue? What is the solution? And is it a service solution? Do we need to introduce a partner? All of those pairs loaded into a RAG database that the Auditron system can pull from. In there as well is our tech partner library. Who do we partner with? What do they do? What solutions do they provide? And not just the talk points from each of those tech partners, but our actual implementation notes. Where do we use the said platform? How do we solve that problem? All of that loaded into a database so that when we write the audits, we're looking for those opportunities to, of course, sell our services and solve problems, but also introduce our partners. And then there's benchmarks in there as well. So, of course, Klaviyo's benchmarks that come out every year, which is great, but also our own benchmarks. What have Andzen's clients done well over the last 10 years? What are our own internal KPIs and benchmarks? How can we show the opportunity for our new prospects that Auditron is running on, and how can we sell them the dream? All right, come on, here we go. Okay, a case study, a previous client that we worked with for about a year. They're a great client, we built a bunch of things for them, everything was going really well. They decided to take a break, which is fine. That quite happens after we've sort of implemented a lot for a client. They went to another consultancy agency, told them a bunch of DIY tips, which is also fine. But then they broke something. They didn't know what they broke, but all they knew was their KAV was tanking, and they couldn't figure it out, but they were losing money day on day. So they got in touch. We ran Auditron in 15 minutes. We found exactly what they'd broken, managed to fix it, and revenue climbed. So this is another interesting use case for me, because not only are we using it to sell to new clients, but we can also use it to find problems which are incredibly hard for an individual to find. Okay, Xena. This is our Xena calculator, a proprietary quoting tool. It's existed as a spreadsheet for a while, and then it just got bigger and bigger and bigger. And it's at the point now where it's integrated into our tools. So this is where we have every deliverable for Andzen. Every flow, every campaign, every review, subscription, returns, all of that task by task, the brief task, the copywriting task, the build task, all of the time estimates, exactly how long is that going to take? And it's not a guess, these are driven from timesheets, from a decade of timesheets, averaged out. We have complexity in there, we have volume in there, how many emails in a flow, how many campaigns, what's the campaign rate, and we have multi-currency, because we sell multiple currencies, and I think for us as well, being able to truly build up a quote from a task level so that the output is exactly what we're going to deliver. I learned this the hard way. Typically, AEs and sales will go, it's going to cost this, and that's exactly what your budget is. And then those get sent to the delivery team, and the delivery team is like, what the fuck is this? So in reality, it's the actual deliverables. So where the key thing is for our AEs is that they can also play with margin. They can adjust margin rather than deliverables. And this is all built on, I guess, our historic IP. Andzen Deploy, this is a bit of a diversion from these internal tools. We're seeing more and more of our enterprise clients still sticking to the, I guess, traditional design and marketing and build tools. Whilst building natively in Klaviyo is great, and it's getting better and better all the time. I think from an enterprise level, we could all agree there is still some traditional build design, get design approved 6 more times, then it gets sent to agency, and then you need to make it exactly like that. Do not deviate. So we build a tool that connects directly into these marketing design tools, these marketing tools, and it pulls them into Deploy. it creates blocks, and you can define those blocks by type, and they can be image or HTML blocks or text blocks. Optimize them all. We can slice them up, we can dice them up, we can add our links in, and then with the click a button, deploy it directly into Klaviyo as a drag and drop editable block for the clients. And it's working really well, and I think the proof here is that it's helping us win enterprise deals, and it's live in production, and it's cool. So a challenge for me in an agency has been AI and MCPs, and Klaviyo releasing their own MCP server last year was fantastic, and I'm sure most of you have been playing around with that and using it. We love it, it's fantastic. But for me, one of the headaches was, well, we have an Anthropic team account. I need to enable those connections, or someone on my team needs to enable those connections, and we have a large book of clients in various different regions, but an even larger pipeline of prospects who we need to run Autotron on. So we were managing 50, 100, 150 different Klaviyo MCP connections. So we have built our own Andzen MCP server. So not only does it combine all of those Klaviyo MCP connections through an authentication and deliver it as one connection into Claude, it also brings all of the benefits of Andzen OS, our proprietary ERP system. So as an Andzenian, you can log into Claude, you can pull up the one connection, and it'll have access to all of the client Klaviyo accounts, all of the clients' billings and invoices and proposals, reports, invoice status, everything that they need from one connection. We can also control. I can control who sees what data, which accounts they have access to, which pieces of data they have access to, and also, which is I think really interesting from my perspective, logging and insights. Which team members are using what? Which clients are doing what? Which regions are doing what? It's very interesting. So this is all wrapped up together in the Andzen OS, which is our ERP system that we built. So all of these products sit within that, but what also sits there is our timesheets, our leave register, our project management, our sales pipeline. We fully integrated our sales pipeline in there as well. And having those things in together has been such a multiplier effect. We used to have, we have our sales CRM, and we have our Asana project management, and then we have maybe 200 separate spreadsheets, and there's lots of data, double data entry, lots of duplication. But having everything in there together now makes all of those tools so much more valuable. So as the unlock, and I'll wrap up soon, we have layers. But those layers are operators, and those team members are actual operators. The management level is the software, is the ERP, are the tools that we're building. And for us, that's sort of what AI actually looks like. And I think, if you wanted to do one thing this week, maybe not check what ChatGPT can do, but maybe pick a system, pick a skill, pick a service that you've put together in your agency over the last few years, and see if you can turn it into a product. That's me. Hope you all enjoyed it. I love talking about these things. I can answer a bunch of questions, but don't pitch me a chatbot.
Thank you, Brenden. This is our 5th continent that we've been in together this year, doing talks. So we're going to go to Antarctica later in the year, aren't we? Hopefully. Kind of also very jealous of your slide deck as well. Okay.